Hello, my heroes. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment. Today, I'm going to explain to you about diabetes in the simplest way possible. Diabetes is the group of metabolic disorders caused by a deficiency or lack of insulin, leading to continuous elevation of blood glucose concentration. So diabetes is actually termed as a group of metabolic disorders since despite more glucose or sugars in the bloodstream, different metabolisms still continues to increase more and more glucose into bloodstream, and all is caused by a defect with insulin production and its action. The pathophysiology of diabetes. For us to understand more about diabetes, we need first of all to understand the normal way in which the body responds to increased blood glucose concentration in the blood and the abnormal part which is called now diabetes. So normally when an individual eats, the gut releases glucagon like peptide 1 hormone which stimulates the pancreas to release the right amount of insulin into the bloodstream. The food eaten is broken down into micronutrients which is absorbed into bloodstream, raising blood glucose concentration. This stimulates the pancreas to secrete insulin which is co-secreted with amylin hormone from the beta cells in islets of Langerhans. Amylin hormone inhibits glucagon secretion, delays gastric emptying, and acts as a satiety agent. Insulin, on the other hand, stimulates transportation of excess nutrient in the blood to storage in the liver, muscles, and adipose tissue. In the liver and muscle, insulin stimulates the conversion of glucose to glycogen and the synthesis of protein from amino acids. In the adipose tissue cells, insulin stimulates the synthesis of fats from fatty acids. During fasting period or when an individual has not eaten for some time, the blood glucose concentration drop down. This stimulates the pancreas to secrete glucagon hormone from the alpha cells in islets of Langerhans. Glucagon hormone stimulates the breakdown of stored glycogen in the liver and muscle to form glucose, which is added into bloodstream. When the blood glucose concentration is still low, despite the addition of glucose, glucagon hormone further stimulates the breakdown of non-carbohydrate, i.e. the stored fats and proteins to form glucose, which is added into bloodstream, therefore stabilizing the blood glucose concentration. So it is very funny. The insulin stores it and the glucagon hormone breaks it when the body needs it. God is really wonderful and really created a human being in a very special way. When the blood glucose concentration is high, insulin hormone is secreted, which transport excess nutrient to storage. And when the blood glucose concentration is low, the glucagon hormone is secreted to break the stored nutrient to form glucose, which is added into bloodstream. And when the blood glucose concentration is in a normal range, the pancreas secrete the somatostatin hormone from the delta cells in isolates of Langerhans to inhibit glucagon and insulin secretion. Therefore, the four vital pancreatic hormones regulate and maintain blood glucose concentration in a normal range, that is, not below 3.9 millimole per liter or not exceeding 6.9 millimole. In diabetes mellitus, there is a defect with insulin production, leading to its depletion in the bloodstream. After a meal, the blood glucose concentration is raised up. Despite high plasma glucose concentration, the glucose will not enter the cells or absorbed into the cells because it has exceeded intracellular glucose concentration threshold, leading to cell starvation. This causes an individual to exhibit symptoms of hunger and urge of eating every time. The low blood insulin and cells starvation stimulate the pancreas to secrete glucagon hormone. Glucagon hormone stimulates the breakdown of stored glycogen in the liver and muscle to form glucose, which is added to bloodstream, increasing more blood glucose concentration. After 8 to 12 hours of cells starvation, the glucagon hormone further stimulates the breakdown of non-carbohydrate like stored fats and stored protein to form glucose, which is again added into bloodstream, raising more and more blood glucose concentration. When the glucagon stimulates the breakdown of non-carbohydrate, a person loses weight. More glucose continues increasing into bloodstream from different metabolism as mentioned above, increasing its concentration, which starts to absorb water and electrolytes from surrounding cells through a process of osmosis, increasing more and more blood volume, which is concentrated with glucose and electrolytes. Therefore, the body responds by excreting them out so that to stabilize the blood glucose concentration through urine, feces, and vomiters. And this explains why an individual feels frequent micturition, diarrhea, nausea, and vomiting. The cells loses water and electrolytes in the process of osmosis, causing thirsty, dry mouth, dry skin, tingling, and numbness sensation. The cells become severely dehydrated and starved, thus shrinking, whereby the system starts failing one by one, causing general body malaise and blurred vision. If the situation is not acted upon on time, an individual will end up in coma and eventually dead due to massive system failure. These are some of the signs and symptoms a person who is actually suffering from diabetes mellitus. Number one, we have a frequent micturition or urination. We have increased thirst, dry mouth, or dry skin. We have unexplained weight loss, persistent hunger, and urge of eating every time, foot or hand pain, or tingling and numbness sensation. We have blurred vision. We have nausea and vomiting. We have diarrhea, frequent infection, i.e. fungal or yeast infection. Then lastly, the wound takes time to heal or delayed wound healing. Thank you for staying with me up to now. Next, we are going to look into classifications of diabetes mellitus. We have type 1 diabetes mellitus. We have type 2 diabetes mellitus. We have gestational diabetes mellitus. We have secondary causes diabetes mellitus,